Alright YouTube, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Look what we have. Evo 9 MR. So today I'm gonna go why, because usually you do like 5 things you like, or I like, or 5 things I hate. I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you should not buy what I bought. Because I just bought this in January. It is now May of 2022 for you guys. So that being said, why do I even sit that for? So number one reason, the first thing why you probably shouldn't buy this is they're very expensive. And I truly mean they are expensive for what they are. This is a 2006, it's a last American USDM US version of the EVORA 4G63s that you could get. This is the best one right here, the MR. That's it, the fully loaded one, the MR right there. I don't know if this is an SE or not. I don't know. There's no badge that says it. Could have been. But that being said, I paid a lot for this. I paid over 20,000 US dollars for this car. It is an Evo 9 MR 6-speed. But that being said, I drove the car and I knew that had some issues. First off, the paint sucks. It's bad paint. I think the majority of them have bad paint on. It's a Mitsubishi. A lot of the Mitsubishi cars have bad paint. I mean, look at it in Eclipse. All the Eclipses have bad paint on them. It's just cheap and thin. So they're very expensive. That's the first thing. I paid over $20,000. It had a lot of issues with it, a ton of them. So the first thing that's why you probably shouldn't buy one is they are expensive. You probably can't get one right now that's under 200,000 miles for under $20,000. You just can't do it. They're just not out in the US. I don't know about the other countries. Again, they're just becoming rare and hard to find, but they are very expensive for what they are. And what I mean by that is that for $20,000, you could probably get a used Corvette. You could probably get a used, what's something else that's pretty cool? Maybe even like for $30,000, you get an Aston Martin. You could probably get, for like $25,000, you used to be able to get a Lotus ELISE. Something kind of like flashy and cool. Or you can get a more modern like WRX, like a 2015, 2020 WRX. You can get a new one of those for about $25,000. You're buying a 15, 16, 17-year-old car, 20-year-old car, and it's expensive. And what I mean by that I'll go over more, but the first thing is, just to get into this car, it costs you a lot of money. They're not cheap, and that's the first reason. So if you're buying this car, put $20 to $30,000 and it's just gone. That's just to get into this platform. So first reason, they're expensive. Reason number 2 you shouldn't buy it, they are very cheesy and flimsy. They are not the best of quality. It is not, the Evo 10 is even better quality, but I mean, here, just the door on this thing is literally like a 10 freaking can. They're really, yeah, you can hear that in there. Let's try this door too. They're just, I mean, it's so thin. This is not a luxury car. So, that being said, if you go to buy this car to be like, hey, hot girls, check out my hot, expensive car, this ain't it. This ain't gonna impress all your lady friends. That's not what this car is. And that's one of the things, is that I make a big deal that I want this car and I love this car so much. But when I showed my fiance first, she was just like, what is this hunko junko? I mean, I could totally tell when I first got it, she was super disappointed. She had ridden the Evo 10 and liked it a lot. Evo 10 is much larger car, much more refined, significantly more refined than this. This feels like a old junky 1990s Honda piece of crap. It really does. So number 2 is that it is so flimsy and so cheapy cheesy, and the metal is just like literally like paper thin. So that's number 2, is that if you're buying this car, you need to be aware that if you've never driven one or owned one before, they are very pre-2000s flimsy, because that's how old the cars are. So be aware of that. They're cheesy thin. All right, number 3, the thing that I don't like about this car, which I don't like about any of the Evos, their gas tanks are way too small. This car actually has been getting fantastic gas mileage, like 25, 24 on the highway with that 6-speed. Fantastic gas mileage. I've actually only put one tank of gas in it. It's about $55 to fill up, I think. But the and that's the other thing is that gas is really expensive right now. The gallon, how many gallons can I put in it? Even when the light was on, I could only put 11 gallons in there. So the tank is super small. I haven't looked it up what the actual size is, but I think it's like maybe 12 or 13. The Evo 10 was the same way. Literally, you would start it, drive it for like 3 hours or 2 hours or something like that, drive around, have fun, you need to go get gas. You always had to gas. And yes, they're fast, and yes, they don't get the best gas mileage, but the tanks are just tiny on them. They should have made them a little bit bigger. They should have gone with like a 17 gallon or 18 gallon. I don't mind picking up more gallon or having a little bit extra weight in the car than stopping at the gas station all the time. And that's, I've noticed that this is gonna happen with this car too, especially as soon as I get to my 350 horsepower, 350 wheel horsepower goal. The tanks are way too small. So I'm not kidding you guys. When I first bought my Evo, I bought my Evo 10, I bought it from a friend, and he had a CELICA too, and he goes and says, you know, with the CELICA, you can get like 500 miles on it, 450 if you drive it really lightly. Not this thing. You're just like every 200 miles, you have to go to the gas tank. And that's one of the things that just sucks about it, is that you really do, even with the 6-speed, you really do gotta visit the gas station a lot because Mitsubishi made the tank so small. So number 3, be aware of that even if you get gas mileage, which you're probably not gonna get with this all-wheel drive monster, you're still gonna have to go to the gas station a lot. So get ready for a lot of gas station pictures of this car on my Instagram. Reason number 4, it's a 2006, so everything's starting to get discontinued. My carpet is shot on my car. It has a tear in it, so I need to get new carpet. And I wanted to get an OEM one, and I've been shopping for them, and unfortunately, yeah, you guys can see right here too. Unfortunately, they are discontinued. All of them are discontinued. I can't get a new carpet. So I can't go to the dealership and get a new one. So number 4, all the parts are discontinued, so they're gonna be hard to find. So keep that in mind. OEM Mitsubishi part number stuff is gonna be hard to find. Aftermarket, it's gonna be everywhere. You can go to MA Performance, STM, they have a bunch of stuff. There's a ton of websites that just have tons of Mitsubishi parts, but they're all aftermarket, and they made a lot of them, and they just got them in storage. The OEM stuff's all gone. It's all discontinued, and it sucks because I really wanted a new OEM carpet. And I called the dealership, and they originally were going to charge $1,100 for just the carpet, but then that called me back and said we can't even order it, so it's discontinued. So, you know, being an older car, you got to keep that in mind, is the stuff's going to be discontinued. It ain't going to be there anymore. You can't go get new parts. Like, that's kind of why I want like an FRS, is so that I can buy kind of a junky FRS and build up an FRS, because there's so many parts for an FRS, and they're all OEM and available. So that's one of the things I've noticed with this car. A lot of stuff is discontinued. All right, Mitch, what's the number reason, why do you regret buying this car? Number 5, I can't stop. First off, it costs a lot of money to get into it, and then now I can't stop wanting to spend money on it. So it's I don't know if it's a money pit. I know it's gonna be worth a fortune when I make it the way I look, the way I want it. It's gonna have some OEM paint, a whole new OEM paint on it. It's gonna be two-tone on the roof. It's gonna have the JDM aftermarket bumper. The wheels are gonna be really nice, expensively powder coated. It'll have new tires. It'll have all the awesome mods to it. But that being said, I'm gonna put a lot of money into this car, and so that's another thing is that if you buy this car as a daily driver, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna tell yourself you're gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen. I can't even stop driving this car. I love it so much. So that's you know, the number thing is keep this in mind. If you buy this car, it's gonna be nearly impossible not to do anything to it at all. It'll just be impossible. You just can't not. Like, all I do is just shop cool parts for it because I cannot wait to mod it. So unless you have self-control, like a lot of self-control, and you're not a modification kind of person, then yeah, it's cool to have, and I bet you could keep it stock, or maybe if you're older. But like someone like me, I can't not make it better. I'm gonna make it so good. You guys are gonna love it so much. It'll be such an amazing car when it's all done. But yeah, number 5 is that I bought this car thinking, hey, I needed another daily driver that's probably all-wheel drive, go for the Evo 9. I want to mod this one even more than I did to my Evo 10. I did really slight modifications to my Evo 10, just some bolt-ons, some exhaust, just a little knickknacks and stuff on the Evo 10. I never put it off, you know, bigger turbo. I never built the 4B or anything like that. All I want to do is build everything about this. Like, I even want to take that transmission back out and build it too, but I'm not going to. So that's the number five reason. If you buy this car, you're gonna sink money into it, even if you have the most self-control in the world. You just can't not sink money into it. Like, the first thing you're gonna do is get an intake for it, and then once you get the intake, you're gonna get the charge pipes, and then the charge pipes and the blow-off valve, and so on and so forth. And you know, maybe you'll keep these wheels, or maybe you'll get some, I don't know, whatever you're gonna do, RPF ones. But the thing is that I can't stop modding it. So number 5, why you shouldn't buy this is you're gonna mod this car. You just can't do it. You can't not mod this car. So those are the reasons why I think that this is a fun video. I just wanted to show you guys this car more. I am gonna go over probably at my new garage. I got a new garage for this because it's a little windy right now. But I'm gonna go over all the things that's wrong with the car currently and all the things that I need to fix. And then I'll start doing mod by mod. I mean, I'm gonna do everything on YouTube with this car. Like, I just want to take off that front license plate frame, and I'm gonna put that on YouTube. I'm gonna put everything on YouTube. I'm not gonna miss out on anything. I really want the side markers gone, but we gotta do the paint. We gotta do the paint and everything first. So swing by MitchDore.com as always. Comment, Mitch, you gotta comment down below, Mitch Turbo the CELICA, because I need to do that. And I need to put the MR2 back together. But I'm really enjoying my Evo 9. Make sure to like, subscribe, swing by MitchDore.com. See you guys in the next video.